Hey everyone, and welcome to the Nerdy Up North podcast. It's a nerdy podcast and it's hosted by Northern Nerds. I am one of your hosts, Sam.
And I'm the other host, Paul, and we are joined tonight by the lovely ladies of Be More Geek, the lovely Gwyneth and the lovely Kay, who have been very kind and generous to give us a few bits of their time because they are very busy ladies as well. So they've been working today and, like I say, they've joined us to have a chat and basically tell us a little bit about themselves and about what they do as well. So again, I'll throw it over to one of you ladies. Do you want to introduce yourselves a little bit?
Yeah, should I go first?
Yes, it's fine.
Hello. Hello.
It's always the awkward bits, don't worry.
No, I'll go first, it's fine. So yeah, I'm Gwyneth. I am the manager at the Metro Centre store. Also work in Newcastle as well sometimes. I've been there since the very beginning. No one else can say that apart from the owner, so I like to just, brag about that.
So did you start in the Metro Centre one or did you start in the Newcastle one? Or
No, it was Newcastle. That was the first one. It was just a random do you want a job? And I was like, yes. And it's crazy how it's this tiny little shop full of as much as we could get in, and then it's crazy how much it's grown already.
Yeah, it was on the little corner, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Say at Granger Market. I remember because say with it come to geeky stores and stuff in the northeast, it always goes through phases where we'll have one or two and they tend to fizzle out or don't grow too much. But this has been a bit of a sensation as well because you're constantly expanding to the point where you're pretty much everywhere now in the northeast, which is amazing for us and especially me who likes to go into these nerdy stores. But yeah, and what about you, Kay?
Hello, yes, I'm Kay. I am the assistant manager at the Sunderland store, and I also dabble around in a bit of the social stuff, so you might see me pop up on TikTok, Instagram, Facebook. That is me.
Yes,
I am the annoying one.
Well,
that's my face.
You've been getting more of a presence on the online and in the social media side of things as well. And it's great to see all the different stores and the members of staff getting involved as well. Because I know it's not just predominantly you. I think there was a video I saw around Christmas time of Gwyneth doing the One Division. Where she's doing the One Division, bag special and stuff. And I like it how you start doing little mini movies as well to go with the launches with everything.
Yeah.
I'm starting to sound like a complete fanboy now, so I do apologise.
You have no idea what I just want to scream right now in the microphone because the girl who is on my phone is sitting right in front of me right now. Sorry, Kay, I'll stop. I promise.
So how did you get?
It's okay.
And how did you get started in Be More Geek here? Did you was it the opening of the Sunderland store that did you join or were you involved beforehand?
So before I came to Be More Geek, I was involved in some other geeky stores, not to name names. I think I was scrolling through Indeed, and I think it was 1:00 in the morning. I saw this ad for Be More Geek, and I was like, that is it. That is the job. That is the dream job because they had all the cool horror stuff, and I'd been a repeat customer, sort of buying the famed Chucky dolls, not the life-size one because I was poor,
right.
But the Chucky dolls. And when I saw that ad, I just kind of, threw myself out there. I thought I'll try and go for it. And yeah, thankfully got the job, and here we are today.
Cool, very cool. But it's quite interesting as well because you've got a little bit of history as well with Nerdy Up North. If we can go back as well, Kay was actually at our first gathering. She was working behind the bar at AFK.
You were not.
She was the bar staff, yes. so she got
I
to
did
meet
not
all
know
the...
that until this day.
Yes, I was working at AFK. Only just recently left AFK because I was working AFK. I was also working assistant manager at Be More Geek, and I was completing my masters at the same time. So
wow,
very hectic. But we graduated, so.
Oh, well done. Congratulations. But yeah, because I remember going into Be More Geek after being in, I think you went, oh yeah, you were at the party. I was like, oh God, did I do anything? But fortunately, I think you were the only person that actually recognised me on that day because even though we organised a gathering of the nerds from Nerdy Up North, no one had a fucking clue who I was. So everyone was just obsessed with all the girls, all the the people who post loads. But no, I even had a few people come up and just go, "Oh, you're part of the group." I was like, "All right then." My confidence, my ego went there to there pretty sharpish.
I was actually in Be More Geek before I went over to AFK. I bought the Jason purse, the Loungefly Jason purse. Yeah, that was that day. I had no idea you were behind the bar. I actually don't drink, so I think Goodwill bought me a drink, and so I never walked over to the bar. I was just sat in the corner.
It was a very, very busy night, and I'm not going to lie, I'm pretty sure there was a dog there that night, so
yes,
all of the attention was just on the dog.
Yeah, that is actually Donna's dog. I think she's in the chat at the moment. He's called Bear. But yeah, like I say, I think the dog got passed around more than anyone else that night as well. So, but yeah, so with you being there from day one, there, Gwyneth. So, what kind of things have you noticed since the start of Be More Geek? Like as you said, you started in the little store, a little corner shop, and now you're in Newcastle, Middlesbrough, Washington, the Metro Centre, and Sunderland now. So it's expanded, and it's only been, I think, has it been 3-4 years? Because it was just before lockdown, wasn't it? That I think it started.
Yeah, maybe. I think it's 4 years. It's blown over though. Wow. Like I feel like I've blinked and this massive company, and it's been crazy. Like I wish I had a photo of the first day because there was hardly any stock. It was white walls and just a few tiny little bays, and now we've got pops.
Yes,
we had a tiny pop bay. The pop bay was a little IKEA shelf which had maybe 10 pops, and now we've got thousands down one wall. So
I know a lot of people do look at it and think of it as the pop store, but you do sell more stuff than just pops, even though they probably. Well, I always like it as well because the trade-in values, and also it's always the hard to get pops you get. I think when I popped in today, I picked up Stuart from The Big Bang Theory, and that was the last one to finish me set as well. So I was over the moon. I was able to pick that up because it's just impossible to get anywhere else. And I know when I popped in, this is where I'm sounding like pure stalkerish now. When I popped in the Sun one of the week, I picked up Silent Bob. So yeah, so my collection is always growing and always getting bigger. And my wife is starting to get a little bit worried because the geek room is starting to expand outside of the room and taking over the other areas of the house as well. So with you working in the store as well, is that your favourite merchandise or anything that you gravitate towards yourselves? I know there'd probably speak to people, the fans, Loungefly, but what's your type of favourite areas?
I love Loungefly. That's one of my working in there every day is dangerous because I just want to spend I get paid and then half of it pretty much goes back straight away in the stock. So, but I love the NECA figures as well. I love horror and a few pops here and there. But I quite like props at the moment. I like replica stuff. That's kind of one of my big areas I like. But it's expensive. So
what kind of props have you picked up?
I've got the new Thor hammer.
Right.
What else did I buy? I bought recently the Bo-Katan helmet, which is really cool. Lightsabers, just the thready glove. I love that. That's one of my favourite props that I've got. So
cool.
Yeah, I've got a lot. Sadly, you can't see it because I do have a nerd room, but it's not got any Wi-Fi at the moment. So sadly, you can just see my kitchen.
You're with with nerdy folk there, so don't worry. I wish I had a rhyme and reason for my collection. At the moment, I'm like, oh, that's shiny. I want it's the magpie effect. Anything that looks new, but yes, but NECA is one of my soft spots or anything as well. But I'm going through a big Stranger Things, trying to get all the Stranger Things pops and stuff, which is becoming a very expensive habit to have now. So I'm trying to wean myself off, but I've got Stranger Things ones out of the box, so yeah, I don't keep them in my boxes, unfortunately.
Me neither.
I'm just going to show Kate just to scare her a little bit there. So there's all the Stranger Things pops.
Oh no!
I do the same.
I've actually heard.
Funkos, I don't mind. I think Funkos have a place out of a box, but anything that's on card or the NECA box, no, you do not. No, you do not take them out. We did a live event at SunnyCon last year where he broke open Jar Jar Binks on card, and I nearly had heart failure.
Right. Misa was okay.
Nearly watched a full-grown woman cry.
Yeah, in front of a room full of nerds, and all you heard was the gasps, and the room turned really bad on me at that time.
He thought he was being big and clever and everyone would be on his side.
No. But I'm very much this like thing. The toys need to be played with, and the toys need to like say, do their functions as well. But no. So what about you, Kate? What I know you've mentioned that you're like say a horror fan. So what kind of like is it the NECA or is it anything else that you just gravitate towards?
Pretty much everything horror. Like I say, obviously I was buying the Chucky dolls. One of my favorite things, honestly, it was a wind-up Jack in the Box Billy the Puppet from Saw.
Right.
It's so cool. I love it so much. It's fantastic. But also the Five Nights at Freddy's pops in particular, because they're quite rare. They're quite hard to get a hold of, some of them. Yeah. So I'm always on the lookout for whenever they're coming into our stores.
Coming into stock, or someone's like bringing in a second-hand one and to say, right, this one's going under the desk now.
Can I just ask, that ghost face behind you, Kay, is that signed?
It is. I got it signed it for the love of horror. David Arquette was there. Yeah, I don't know if you can see the signature, but it's there.
I can. Oh, that's fantastic. I'm so jealous. Nice. Was that the year we were meant to be there?
Yeah, that was the year we were meant to go, but we couldn't.
Oh,
but it's fine.
We couldn't.
It's fine. I don't hold grudges. It's okay.
I hope not. It was a really good reason we couldn't go.
I know, no. But I wanted to talk to you about the Love and Horror as well. So was that the first convention you've been to as Be More Geek? Or like say when
You were there in 2019, weren't you?
Yeah, we went there. We've been twice, so I mean, again with COVID, my years are broken.
Yes,
we were there.
Yeah,
this was our second year last year.
So what was it like actually working the event as well? Because I know I saw some of the videos, and you dressed up as Beetlejuice was one of the highlights things I've ever seen. It was hilarious. You were walking around interviewing people, weren't you, as well? So.
Yeah, we just thought, let's take a mic, let's get around, which is nice because the first time we went, there's only 3 of us and we couldn't move because it was so busy. We didn't expect it to be that crazy. So this year we took some extra people with us to help.
I'm not surprised. It wasn't 2019. It was the comeback after lockdown, because I wasn't there last year. I was there the year before, and the table was heaving. And we went on Sunday when you would expect there to be like to dwindle down a bit. No, you did not. You were incredibly busy. I didn't even get a chance to have a proper look at what was there. All I could see was just a big giant Chucky, and that was about it, because it was just people everywhere. Yeah.
I was actually in costume. I was wearing a full ghost face costume, thinking, I'll just prance around. And then within the first 20 minutes, I had to take it off and just serve. So, yeah.
There's no fun having it.
That plan went.
Yeah. But like say that's because we were meant to go to the Love and Horror last year, but unfortunate circumstances. I know Sam's been before. I've never been. It's a big one, isn't it? Though it's like with it being one of the Monopoly events, the setup and everything. So what was it like this year with the whole team there? With not the whole team, with say more people. Did you actually got to enjoy the event a bit more rather than just working it and not seeing things as you go type thing?
Yeah, me and Kay actually did. We managed to sneak away when it got a bit quiet, and we couldn't every stall. We just wanted to buy something. It was quite dangerous, so I think it took us a while to get around the whole event because there was too many shiny things.
The stall side of things it's not the biggest because there's a lot kind of grouped in there, but the floor where everyone is, that is so big, so big. I think when we went in 2019. Was the year of Lost Boys.
Oh, I went to that one.
Oh, it was fun.
I couldn't afford the autographs though.
Me neither. But I am really my best friend's always like, who you gonna see? And I'm like, absolutely nobody, because I'm far too shy. I cannot.
Oh.
I'm so awkward as well. I don't really know how to approach people. But we got to stand with our brother because he was getting he had this limited edition Lost Boys comic just for them all to sign. So we got to stand in line with him. So we met all of them, and I just stood there just smiling, just I'm standing in front of Alex Winter right now.
I think we were really fortunate when we went though, because we had the amazing opportunity to sort of talk to Corey Taylor.
Yeah.
And all his bandmates. That was amazing.
I'm so jealous.
Absolutely amazing. And he was so. It's weird because I mean I'm sure we've all read about him being a nice guy and stuff.
Yeah.
And when you meet him in person, he just he talks to you like he's just your average Joe. And we were all starstruck, just staring at him like, oh my God.
Oh my God, I love that so much.
He took pictures with us. He signed stuff for us. It was great.
We've got to see him all up as well. So we've got like a little live performance the night before.
Oh yes, I remember that.
Kay was hilarious because she was just like fangirling like internally so badly, and I just stood laughing. So
smiled the entire time.
Oh bless!
I'm so jealous. I saw him live years ago, just with Stone South. I've seen Slipknot like a million times. I was going to say something, but I've completely forgotten because that just completely sidetracked us.
No, I think I've been to a few cons down the years, not recently. I feel like an old man in this situation here. The last one, big one I went was I think it was Manchester a few years, but was when Simon Pegg and Nick Frost were promoting Hot Fuzz. So they had a whole big event, like a panel where they were meant to be talking about Hot Fuzz and promoting it, but literally they spent about an hour talking about like who they loved more, ninjas or pirates. So that was always like I say one of my big con highlights. But I know we've been trying to like say get involved with the cons and thing. We did a panel at SunnyCon where we just talked about who would win. Well, what was the better decade for movies, 80s and 90s? Unfortunately, I was double teamed, so and to be fair, Charlotte, come on, she's the most argumentative person you'll ever meet, so I was never going to win that fight.
Yeah, but everything he had, she just had another one ready for him. I wasn't allowed to participate. I just had to host it because I've not seen anything. Because
you would just keep saying Ghostbusters. That's the only reference point you would have.
Ghostbusters 1, Ghostbusters 2. That's about it.
It's going to have issues with the headset there, bless you. Oh,
it's a mic.
Can't hear a blesser now. Sorry. I think we've lost We've lost Gwyneth for a little bit.
Oh no!
It's fine. So what's next for you guys now with Be More Geek? Or you got any more events coming up, or like say anything like the Love of Horror there?
So
or anything that you're allowed to tell us, type thing.
Yeah, allowed.
Yeah, there's some stuff in the works. Trust us on that.
Right.
But we can't quite say what as of yet.
Sounds like it's saying Trump.
It's always the same though. Don't worry. So I know you, because with you saying earlier as well that you. Like I said, we were talking before you came on that you did a degree in horror and games. Is that correct? Is that, if I'm saying it right, or it's a master's? Was it?
So I did an undergraduate in media and communications, and then I progressed to postgraduate study, which was my master's, and that technically is just a Master of Research in the Arts. But I specifically focus on horror and its prominence within transmedia, so specifically things like virtual reality and video games.
Right.
Wow.
And I've just applied for a PhD. And for a PhD, you have to make a significant contribution to the field that is original. So I'm essentially pouring all of my research now into figuring out how we can merge theoretical paradigms like narratology and ludology and phenomenology, lots of ologies.
Fucking hell.
This is the most intelligent the podcast's ever been, so well done.
I am like, my jaw just dropped. Holy shit, that is so exciting.
I find it very exciting. I know a lot of people think that it's pretty boring, or when you tell people that you've essentially got this degree in horror, people
to me it's the coolest fucking thing in the world.
It's super cool. It's great.
Is Gwyneth back with us? Can you hear us now?
I can hear you. Can you hear now?
Yeah, your audio's gone a little, like we can hear you what you've just said there. Your audio's just gone just slightly, but we can hear you.
Sorry.
That's fine. Don't worry. It's fine. Don't worry. It happens all the time.
I feel like you were back there. No, I was wrong.
So So I'm interested in what you mentioned, like say with the horror studies and like so what elements, like say, is there specific movies or specific like genre of horror, or is it just all incumbents?
It is sort of all encompassing. I sort of found my footing originally in cinema and film studies. So a lot of it was just around, well, it was anything that I liked. Basically, that's the beauty of focusing on something that you like. You can just cherry pick what you want to focus on, and I sort of built up my understanding on a lot of my favorite films. So one of the main ones was The Exorcist.
This is where Sam's going to totally go out of it, because it is her favorite movie of all time.
It's my favorite film. I love it. Yes. I love it so much.
Doesn't get enough love.
I was torn between me Exorcist t-shirt or me Night of the Living Dead one, and I chose the other one. Damn it. No, but that tattoo is absolutely unreal. That is amazing.
Thank you. So, yes, shout out to my lovely tattoo artist, Peter Allen at Skins and Needles in Middlesbrough. He's fantastic.
Ah, very cool. See, I've never been to Middlesbrough for a tattoo, because actually I've got friends in the northeast, like especially quite a few tattoo artists. Beth normally does ours. I've forgotten where she works now. She changes that many places.
I have no idea. I haven't been for a long time. But Beth, every single one of mine that are good, Beth did them.
That's amazing.
All the rest of them that are shite, she did not.
Beth. So can Gwyneth hear us now? Is she back? Oh, I can't hear her. Oh, bless. You look lovely though, if that helps. We'll keep going, don't worry. Hopefully we'll get something sorted for you. So what about The Exorcist? Because I know you mentioned, like, say, with you having the tattoo, why is that one such a important or, like, say, big influence for yourself?
This is where the conversation's going to derail.
No, it's fine, don't worry.
Not at all.
Because we have actually done a review of The Exorcist, because like we do sometimes do like a whole movie, and Sam got away. I have to admit, I am a big horror fan, but The Exorcist isn't one of my favourites for reasons.
I understand.
I do get it.
Honestly, it's not even the film for me. I actually prefer the book over the film.
We did have
it coming through there.
Oh,
yeah.
We heard a person.
It's tech support, I think, that you're hearing.
Hi, tech support. Thank you.
Hi, tech support.
You are live.
Right, we'll try that again.
Now.
Yes. Oh, bless you.
It just decided not to work for some reason. It's never done that ever. So,
Oh, bless him.
It's always the sub. But tell you what, you smiled all the way throughout that.
Yes.
Sam would have cried, so you've done really well there.
I would have had an absolute meltdown.
Well, I can hear you guys, so I was just enjoying the conversation.
No, that's good. So Kay was going to tell us why The Exorcist was so good.
Yes. Okay. So this, I'm not sure if people are going to call me crazy after I share this.
Don't worry, we've had crazy.
I've said some really fucked up things before, so
yeah.
Okay, so I'll try and give you the short version. Essentially, my lovely mother, she's a medium.
All right.
And growing up as a kid, I didn't believe in any of it. I thought it was all stupid. It was all fake, smoke and mirrors. And we moved into this house. And from day one, my mum had said she hated the house. She didn't want us to move in. But I was really pushing for it as a little 6-year-old. Like, yes, Mum, let's have this house. I want to move house. And we moved in, and everything just went south very quick. Things like drawers and cupboards would just get flown open. We had cutlery clanging on the floor. There was a cupboard in my room at night that would like unlock itself and open, and there was no way you could open that door without force. The worst part, I would be sat in my room, and I would just end up sort of covered in like bruises and cuts. It was horrible. It was freezing cold in my room all the time. You could see your breath.
Have you ever seen Ghostwatch? All right.
You are missing a treat, but
old reference. Sorry, that's showing me age now again.
Sorry. Yeah, like the bed used to shake, and I always used to say to my mum that I could see this black shadowy figure in the corner of my room, and I used to absolutely hate it. And I had this awful experience. It went on for ages. We had a priest come to the house. We had other mediums. There was holy water.
So you actually lived through The Exorcist, basically.
Yeah, I lived through it. I lived through it. This is a self-portrait. This isn't rigged. Yeah, it was absolutely horrific. But for some reason, my sick and twisted mind read The Exorcist, and it was like, oh, that's nice. So
it's not scary. Like say when you're having them things done to you, it's like okay, it's like reminiscent now. It's just telling us about the stories of your child.
This is nothing. I lived a
bedtime story.
Yeah. Funny enough, you're telling that story though as well, because I know, as you said, we don't think you're crazy at all. We do actually on Halloween. We try and do like an annual ghost story episode. Well, last year we had a few people on. I know Donna, and Beth basically. It was like the battle of the skeptics versus the skeptic and the believers as well. So me and Graham were like the open-minded skeptics, and they were like telling us stories and stuff. It was a quite nice discussion, like hearing like all these different things. We did mock Derek horror a bit, but that's just standard with any type of that type of thing. But if you've got any of them more ghost stories, we might have to grab you back for the Halloween special as well.
Gosh. Plenty.
I love that that's how you draw your love for The Exorcist over real life events. I wish I could say that was the same for me, but it's not at all.
Oh, I do like The Exorcist.
I can't even remember the first time I watched it. I know it wasn't as a child. I know because it wasn't accessible. It was one of those movies that was not easy accessible, because I've been watching horror since I was about 8. Dolly Dearest was the first thing that ever scared, that ever believed, like the daylight. I have never owned dolls because of that doll. So my love of horror just goes from her upwards. But honestly, I think The Exorcist was a teen, maybe even early 20s thing, and just instantly fell in love with the cinematography, the whole thing itself.
Yeah, I think it came unbanned when we were about 15, 16, so that's probably showing our age again there. Like, too. But like from we had it from when it was younger, The Exorcist was always like told about these stories and build up that it was a forbidden film to watch. That was always so scary and it was going to terrify, and all the legends of people passing out in the cinema and stuff like that. Then when we actually got to see it, unfortunately, it was a cut down version. So the first DVD it brought out, it was one where there was like the paper DVD. So you used to pull the side and you used to slide like open like a book.
I had that one.
And when you find God, but I think it probably was about 30 minutes of the movie was cut out. It didn't have the spider scene and stuff like that in, like the spider walk.
God, DVDs that had A and a B side. Yep. That was what I had.
But no, I think that's why. I don't like. I think it visually and like story wise, it is a good thing. But I love what you mentioned about before the book. The book is so interesting and tells such a better story as well. I know Grant basically waxed lyrical about it when he came on and talked about it as well. But the book is a lot for me a lot better. But yeah, I was always a little bit wanted more from The Exorcist, and I know that's saying a bit strange when you get like Reagan doing the things she does, but it's kind of like when it's built up, it doesn't kind of hit that mark. It's always then leaving that little bit of flat disappointment. But that's just my opinion. I know loads of people do love it and stuff like that.
I'm sorry, I made my husband watch it for the first time like a few years ago, because he'd never seen it and he'd never been interested to watch it. And I was like, come on, I watch it every Halloween without fail. Even I got married on Halloween, I still watched it midnight on Halloween, the day before, like leading up to me wedding. And he laughed all the way through it. He thought it was hilarious when I think it's when a mother slaps her when she's in full possession mode, and he just burst into fits of laughter. I was like, that's not funny. He's like, he thought it was absolutely hilarious. I was like, you're not ruining this for us. I'm sorry, you're not.
So you know not to get possessed around him because he'll just laugh at you.
No, he's just he won't take it seriously.
But the first installment of the 3-part reboot is coming out this year on Friday the 13th. Very exciting.
I didn't mind the TV show, with Gina Davis. I thought that was actually okay.
It was so good until it wasn't. Right at the end, I don't even think I've seen the last episode.
No,
because it was that big reveal, and then it was like, are you gonna go with this then?
Yes. So now we've got you back now, Gwyneth. I thought I'd ask you a few questions about your cosplay as well, because I know we did touch on it. So how did you get started?
Yeah.
What started you in cosplay? What made you go on? Because I know we had the cosplay girls on last week, and some of them like started at different ages or different things. I know for a lot of people it was like a confidence thing where they thought they could never do cosplay, and so when they got older they thought, "Oh, why not?" So have you always been into cosplay, or is it something that you got in?
No, I didn't really get into it until, because I've always liked fancy dress, I think, but like I probably like a lot of cosplayers, I've had body issues, so I feel like I got into it because of it helped with that. But I did it because I used to work for Game Station. I don't know if you remember that shop.
Yes, yeah, I do.
Some young people don't know anymore. But I used to work for them, and there was a bulletin came through saying you can dress up for the new Lara Croft game, and I was like, I'm going to do it. I don't know why, and I just did it. And since then, that was like 2007, I believe.
Yes, it was.
I just became obsessed, and yeah, it's addictive and expensive, but I think it helps because I never used to be very good at talking to people, and I feel like it's really helped build my confidence, like in just so many ways.
No, that's such a great thing to hear as well, because I know doing this, I know you'll laugh, and Kale probably attest to this. I am not the most sociable people as well. So when I go into stores, I'll go, "Hi, I'm from Nerdy Up North," drop a sticker off them, run away. I am the awkward person in the conversations. But like say when you get talking something about nerdy or something, it puts in front of like a screen. I can have this conversation and hold conversations with pretty much anyone. But no, it's lovely to hear that form give you that confidence to try and build on as well. So what's been your favourite so far, like the cosplay you've done? I know it's going to be a hard question to ask now. So
I do love Lara Croft. She's one of my favourites, and also Harley Quinn.
Right.
Yeah, I just think Harley because it's so not like me, like that much energy. So
do you fully immerse into the character when you're in it? Oh, I love that.
I have a
so
young
much.
girl just like obsessed, and I have to be in character the whole time. I do the awful American accent.
So now you've said it, you're gonna have to.
So now you said it. Yeah, come on.
I can only do it if I'm in costume.
Right.
Like it has to come to costume.
So how long have you got to get ready there? No, but because again, stalkerish Paul coming out here, but the
really showing yourself in a great light.
No, I'm not here. But like your Lara Croft, like say on your Facebook, is absolutely flawless. Like that underwater scene was just like absolutely, as a photograph, it's breathtaking. It is absolutely beautiful. But probably my soft spot is one that I used actually for the cover was the Rogue.
I did love doing that, yeah.
Yeah, because I love the old X-Men cartoons and being an X-Men like comic fan as well, and you pulled it off so well because it's not an easy one to do as well. Because we were talking to Eliza from the Coven last week, and she done Rogue as well, and like say both on par, like up there was amazing, but. That one probably is my favourite from what I've seen so far. Even though I did like the Beetlejuice one, I thought that was quite hilarious.
It's absolutely flawless. It really is. Loved it.
You probably appreciate my next stage of my cosplay is going to be focused on 80s and 90s movies.
Oh,
a lot of 80s.
Interesting.
So have you got any characters you're going to name, or is it?
Well, we're going to do one that's a bit obscure. Remember the He-Man movie?
Yes.
Can you remember? Yes.
That's obscure. That was my biggest disappointment ever. It was like being a big He-Man fan.
It's awful, but like I kind of love it still. So we're going to do some costumes from that, and I've already done Weird Science and stuff like that. Ripley, I've done her. I want to do her again. So
cool.
My first crush was Kelly from I've got a name now. Was it Kelly LeBrock?
I've never seen it.
Oh yeah, I just love that. I just love the film. Was like when you read about the making Weird Science, the script was wrote in 24 hours.
Wow.
What, Weird Science?
Weird Science. The script was wrote, and it was one of Robert Downey Jr.'s first ever roles as well.
Yeah, I did know that he was in it.
Yes.
I've still never seen it though. Just no.
You've just got a long list of 80s films to watch as well.
I've got a lot to catch up on.
So I know because you mentioned before as well that you're into horror as well. So is it a because like horror is such a wide variety these days now. So is is it just all horror, or is it some like specifically towards any type of area?
Like just just a good slasher movie, really. Because I quite like thrillers as well, where it's got a bit more like crime to it. I like ones like that. But yeah, I like the generic like Nightmare on Elm Street, Hellraiser. I can't get into the new horrors. I've tried. Well, I can a little bit, but
When?
I know.
Oh, sort of domestic now, have we? So
I like them, but I just don't like them as much as I like my older horror.
No,
I think though. I know you've got Terrifier. I think that's one of the best like horror icons we've had in a long time. So I do approve of that one.
Kay's not going to start talking to me.
I'm not going to agree with you on this.
Don't say it. Don't say it.
I thought that Terrifier the Clown art looked amazing.
Oh, it's fantastic.
But then it just goes to the realms of like the first one I kind of enjoyed because it's a slasher and it's just a mad clown killing people, but done in the way it's like I'm not a gore fan. My wife is. She loves anything that's messy. Where I like a bit. I think we've had discussions before. I like the things that you don't see, like Halloween. The original Halloween was amazingly done because you never find out why Michael does it, and it makes you think more, and it's to me that's scarier. But if you show us something happening, it's like that's not scary, that's just making us feel a bit sick. And I think that's what the Terrifier, but the second Terrifier just bamboozled us. I did not have a fucking clue what was going on half the time with the second one, where this imaginary little girl clown was there, then she wasn't there. Was art magical? Was he super powered? Then this woman will become an angel. What the fuck was going on? Oh,
It's so good. Yeah, so good.
Yeah,
I'm so mad.
We all have different tastes. It's fine.
Yes. Oh no, that's fine. We don't shit. Like we try not to shit on anything. That's the thing. We'll always have like the discussion, but I'm very old school when it comes to horrors. Like I love like Jaws, Halloween, like the slashers. Like we made the mistake of trying to watch all the old ones again and try and talk about them. We went through and watched all the Friday Nightmare on Elm Streets, and some of the Nightmare on Elm Streets get hard to watch when it gets to the later ones. But the early ones, like I say, they were cleverly done and like interesting. I even like Nightmare on Elm Street 2, which is probably one of the ones that a lot of people do give a lot of hate to. But I think again they try to take a chance with Freddy and make it a little bit different. And with change, people always think, but probably the best one is probably Dream Warriors, Freddy 3 for mine. That with the best soundtrack as well.
Dream Warriors.
So you mentioned
slasher.
Oh no, it's fine. I was probably going to ask the same question you with you saying slasher movies.
Slashers.
So what? Like, say, is there a big slasher craze, or is it just like the old school? Because I know we've got a new slasher coming out in 2 weeks. That we've got a lot of hope for, especially after the last one.
Have we got a lot of hope for? Or are we just going with it's a Scream movie? Let's just see.
No, I think.
I'm excited for this one.
Yeah,
because it looks different.
I'm intrigued.
I'm intrigued as well. I do cosplay Ghostface, so I'm looking forward to doing a cosplay for that.
Would you go with cosplay to go and see it?
Well, I work with the cinema to raise money for charity, so they've let us come. I'm going to go along and get some photos, like a cosplay photo shoot.
Amazing!
Oh, I might just go around and just ask you to chase us as Ghostface.
That's an interest. It's fine.
There's so many people that want to see me getting stabbed, so it's fine. but no, I am quite optimistic about the new one from what I'm seeing, because they're not showing too much. Like, say, with the last Scream, they showed a lot of things in the trailers.
Way too much.
And then you kind of guessed what was happening. But this one, I'm intrigued by the museum of the Scream.
I still stand by. Stu's still alive, and he's coming back.
That's
I said the last one. I had it all laid out. Mm-hmm. But when they went to Stu's house at the end, I was like, here it is. This is where it's going to play out. And it didn't. So I'm still holding on for the fact that Stu is still alive.
Mm-hmm. I agree.
I
think maybe one of the killers at least, and there'll be somebody else. I think that's my theory.
I think the horror community would lose their mind. I generally think that they would lose their mind if Stu came back into Scream.
And I've met him, and I've hugged him in real life, and he's the most nicest person in the world.
I know. We had Dan from Bleeding Marvelous. She does the conventions there. She said she did the one where Stu was there, and he was over the moon because he could use the C word. So, because in America it's very frowned upon and looked down upon, but in the UK, he could say it all his
wants. We don't
care. So he was walking around calling everyone and saying, "Oh, have a nice day, you sees," and stuff like that. And people were just looking at him like weird, but he was just over the moon because. But she had some good stories. I don't know if have you seen her stand at the conventions. It's I know she's got her own Facebook group as well, but like I say, she's big on the horror community. She does a lot of different horror stuff as well. So, but very lovely lady as well. She came on to do our Last of Us review as the first few episodes.
She's absolutely fantastic, but she does a lot of custom work as well. I think she said
her mother did
like
it.
Her mum does it, yeah. So it's like just custom, like one of a kind horror items, which is sometimes a bit of a rarity, especially when there's a lot. On the convention floor, sometimes it's just you look like you turn in a corner and there's the same stall everywhere. So I like the fact that there's some custom stuff.
I know as well.
Oh my God, I've just noticed your t-shirt. Your Sherry Moon t-shirt. No, your t-shirt is awesome. Kate,
this
Sherry Moon
this cost me a lot of money because it's a replica from the movie, so it's exactly the same as the one she wore by the same company. Because it's on Rob Zombie has like a t-shirt company.
I remember.
That do things. Yeah. And I managed to get one before they sold out.
When 3 from Hell came out, oh my God, I'm so jealous. I didn't, because your hair was covering it.
I know.
I got way too excited about that t-shirt than I should have. I'm so sorry.
I'm glad, because not everyone appreciates it. Like, not everyone's a big fan. So it's one of them Marmite films, I think.
I love them.
No,
I love them as well.
I think, like, so when he keeps to his own stuff, like House of a Thousand Corpses, Devil's Rejects. He does well. Just keep him away from the Halloween franchise, please. That's all I ask.
I haven't seen the Monsters yet, but I'm scared too.
It was good.
Please don't be. It was fun.
It was actually
fun.
It's all right. Okay.
It's shot like a B movie, but I think that's what it kind of is. But we made a joke because when the trailer came out on the Nerdy Up North group, everyone lost their shit with the trailer and just started slagging it off before it came off, and it was like. With anything, you've always got to give it a chance. So we made the brave decision once it got released that all of us were going to watch it. So we made everyone watch it because we used to do a vote on the group to pick movies to watch, and I stopped that when they chose Orgasmo. So we had to watch Orgasmo and try and say nice and wonderful things about Orgasmo, and it was the most difficult thing I've ever done in my life. But anyway, so we said we'd review the Monsters. And it was good. It wasn't as bad. They had some, and I know Sherry Moon's never going to be Lily as well as Lily, but
never.
But the other cast members were actually good. The guy who played Herman Munster was absolutely perfect.
He absolutely stole the show. I was texting Charlotte. I watched it on the Sunday night after the podcast. Charlotte was watching it on the Monday morning, and I was at work and meant to be working. I'm like texting Charlotte, going, "It really isn't that bad, is it?" She was good. It really actually isn't. Like, am I meant to be liking this? I thought it was so much fun. So I'd watch it again.
Yeah, I would definitely recommend it. So it's one of them ones not to be scared of to watch.
No.
It's on my list.
Yes, as Sam's ever-growing list keeps on getting bigger and bigger.
Mine's huge.
So you mentioned as well, like, it's not just horror that you were doing your degree on as well, Kay. Was it computer games as well, like the side of it?
Virtual reality video games, yeah.
So what?
But
the most terrifying of the video games.
Well, that is essentially a big part of why I do my research. Because one of the big questions that I set out to answer was, humans, really, theoretically speaking, we shouldn't enjoy virtual reality horror because it's a very realistic simulation in some cases of horrific, horrible events that no human would want to put themselves through.
Nope.
But for some reason, we seek it out, and 9 times out of 10, we enjoy it.
It didn't stop me playing Resident Evil 6 on it, but it did terrify the life out of us, but I still did it.
See, yeah, like a big part of my dissertation was on Resident Evil 7 Biohazard. Until
that was the one.
Blood.
Sorry, that was it. Biohazard. Sorry.
Biohazard.
Yeah, I tried playing it last weekend and turned it off after an hour. I got too scared playing it in the dark.
No. Honestly, the one that I tell everyone to try, and everyone always looks at me funny when I say this, is 100% Five Nights at Freddy's Help Wanted.
Right.
Because I think the franchise has that label of being a kid's franchise. But a lot of the lore in Five Nights at Freddy's is pretty horrific. If you really get into it, it's pretty gross. And Help Wanted, it's the only game that I've sort of I've got a lot of friends that are gamers, and I'll always tell them to try it, and we'll put the headset on them, and they'll boot it up, and they'll be like, "Oh, this isn't scary. I've played it before, or I've seen people play it." And within 2 to 5 minutes, they're taking it off. I can't do it. I can't do it. They're shaking. Like, I don't want to do that. That was a horrible experience. It is the scariest VR experience. I swear down.
I don't want to do it.
Paul's a big fraidy cat.
Yeah, I am like I said, I do like me horrors and games and stuff, but I am a big softie, especially when I play by myself. But I tried streaming it on our like Twitch channel on last Saturday because my wife, as I said, my wife's away at, in Australia for 7 weeks, so I'm trying to get as much stuff in, like content wise, and just keep myself busy, so I'm not sitting there twiddling my thumbs, bored of my brains. So I went, I've got a Saturday afternoon. What can I do? I'll stream some Resident Evil 7. I've never played it, and poor Beth, who's in the chat as well. I say poor Beth because she was just pissing herself, laughing at us because I was like walking around shitting myself. And a part where you're going under the tunnel and you're under the water and a head bobbed up, I actually fell off my chair because I jumped that high.
Oh, no.
So she was like, I've got this on video, I've screenshotted and stuff like that. So I was like, this is so funny. And I was getting, guys, it's getting late. I've only played it for an hour. It's getting later. It was only 7 o'clock. It's
time to go home.
But yes, I wouldn't like to play that on VR. I think, no, that
I
would,
have. It's not great. Do you know how when Ant's scared is in Phasmophobia?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was exactly the same experience. So me and Paul weren't even streaming or anything. We were just playing for fun. And I have a headset that is literally noise cancelling. So the minute they go on, I can't hear a thing. And all we're doing is just setting up, and my husband is standing right behind us and puts his hand on the back of my head. I levitated. I screamed the house down. And that was the same experience with the VR on Biohazard. He just kept touching us. It's like bad enough that you're trying to deal with what's in front of your face, but when somebody like touches you and you're not expecting, like that is it's absolutely terrifying. But I'm one of these people who, yes, I'll scream, but then I will instantly laugh straight afterwards. Like I will
nervous
be
energy type thing.
Yeah, that's me all over. When I did Terror in the Trees, all I did was just laugh all the way through it.
I think you can actually. I think you can play a Phasmophobia. I can't say it. I play it, but I can't say it. Phasmophobia on VR now as well. I think that's part of the PC setup. That
would be so cool. No. Me and Goodwill hiding in the doorways just so we didn't get locked in the house.
But saying that though, you play with these guys and you think, everyone's going to play the game like they should do. No. Yes. I play it seriously because you've got to play the game. And then you've got Sam and Donna that's singing, was it No Limits?
No Limits. We had a rave. We had these glow sticks, so we decided to have a rave. Nobody could hear us, by the way, because Jake, when we play on Twitch, Jake is the main person. So if you're not standing next to Jake, nobody can hear you. So Jake's gone off and done his thing. He's actually playing the game, and me and Donna are standing in the hallway with these flashlights, singing No Limit constantly until Jake finally comes over to see us. We do take gaming very seriously here at Nelly Up North.
And what were you going to do? You play any games, or is that not something that you enjoy type thing?
I am a huge gamer. Like that's been my. But I'm because like I said, born in the 80s, so I'm more of an old school gamer. I struggle to get into the newer ones. So I like. The Sega Mega Drive is probably one of my favourites. So.
All right, so you're a Mega Drive girl rather than Nintendo girl.
Yes,
a Mega Drive girl.
Yeah, because there's cool kids play the Mega Drive.
I have that argument with Jake all the time because he is a.
He's Nintendo.
He is Nintendo through and through. He's a posh lad. Us council estate lads and people. Exactly, we had the Mega Drive.
Yep. But yeah, it's my favourite. I love Sonic. That's
God!
I can't talk about the blue whore.
Really?
I loved Sonic as a kid. I absolutely adored Sonic. But me and Jake would have this bet on, see who could complete Sonic the fastest, like on a live stream. And so we've done it. And I don't know if you've played Sonic recently, like now as an adult rather than as a kid.
Mm-hmm. I never stopped playing it.
All right. We played it, and I'd never found it as frustrating because none of the pattern, like you think, it's going to be patterns, jump, roll, but no, none of the patterns made sense. I kept on dying. So, and I have, let's say, gaming rage issues when we play. So everyone was sitting there pissing themselves, laughing at us because we'd done it on it wasn't a charity day, but it was like I know it's not politically correct, but rather than having the bank holiday for the Queen, we had an Eddie Up North
alternative watching
day. So where we part of it was we'd done a community podcast where everyone joined. I just posted the code to the Zoom, and anyone who had the balls to join us could join and talk whatever they want. And one of them was the Sonic race, and I lost my shit. I ended up throwing my controller, proper throwing paddies. The people were laughing their heads off because I actually, at one point, screamed, "You fucking blue hedgehog whore! Why won't you just get over that thing?" So yeah, my love of Sonic died that day.
Which one did you play? Was it the first one?
The first one, which I won, and the second one, which Jake won, because at the end I just turned it off and went, "I'm not playing this shit anymore."
The first one's really hard, I think, still. The rest aren't too bad.
Yeah, the second one, the boss was easier, but it's just getting to the boss. You know, when you're going on the, I think it's the blimp type thing, and you've got to work out where all the fans are blowing you, and if you're not perfectly set, but there's no rhyme and reason because you think, oh, it's going to come round the same, but no, as soon as you get there, it's a different pattern. So yeah, I lost my shit big style that day, and showed myself up a lot. But we do play a lot of retro games. I went back to my old childhood as well because with us being from Sunderland, I used to go to Crow Tree Leisure Centre all the time, and they had the Simpsons arcade game in there. So when we picked friends used to go ice skating and stuff, I used to just go on the Simpsons arcade and play that, and think, oh, this is great, this is amazing. So we downloaded the emulator and played that a few weeks ago. And it's the most bizarre game I've ever played because my nostalgia eyes was the thing. None of the bosses were any of the Simpson characters had like a giant bowling ball. It had this wrestler. The only boss that made any sense was Mr. Burns. And that was the final ever boss on it. But all those things didn't have any Simpsons references. So I was playing it going, what's this got to do with the Simpsons? Why is he not taking the dummy out of Maggie's mouth instead of the... But yeah, so that was a trip. Sorry, that I feel like I was getting me cathartic out of there, like me rants.
Sorry, my cat's come to join us as well. She was going absolutely crazy at the door. When I walked the first time, she ran away. So I caught her the second. Now she's just standing in front. She won't jump on me neither. She'll just sit on the floor and look at us and make noises until I give her attention. So I'm sorry, I am in the room. I'm just trying to make sure she's quiet at the same time.
It's fine, don't worry. So what games, like as you said, from the Mega Drive, which ones do you still go back to and play other than the Sonic the Hedgehog?
Sonic. I'm trying to think. I love a game called Kid Chameleon.
Yes.
That one.
Yeah.
That's a classic.
No.
What else have I been playing recently? I play it all the time and I just can't. My brain's just left us at the moment. I just can't remember what I've been playing.
It's always when you put on the spot.
Do you know, actually, World of Illusion?
The Mickey Mouse one? Yes.
Oh, I remember that.
It's so good. I love it. It's really easy and short, but I love it. And
I had some memories unlocked of James Pond. I can hear noises and a lot of things in my head at the moment.
Decap Attack is another one.
Oh, Decap Attack. That was a lot harder though. That one, I remember that one being very hard.
I was really good at it, but yeah, it's quite tricky, that one. Yeah.
Bless kids just sitting there smiling, saying she's probably too young for these.
She wasn't even born.
Too young. I'm too young. I'm sorry.
It's fine.
I also love Tomb Raider. Tomb Raider is like my biggest game. My favorite one. I always play them every year.
Because I used to have a bit of contention because I love Tomb Raider, but I preferred Tomb Raider 2.
I prefer 3, which is also controversial.
Which is the one that has the obstacle course at the beginning?
All of them.
So whichever one I played had this obstacle course. I never left the obstacle course. I just
3
thought
had the best one.
That was the game. It wasn't until later on in life that I realised that you could actually do more. So I feel like I wasted a lot of time on that. But the new ones, I absolutely adore the new Tomb Raiders. They are up there with my favourite games.
Yeah, they went from puzzle games to survival horror.
I love it.
In the next gen. But
her death scenes in them games are horrific.
They really are.
But I remember
I do like them.
Because Tomb Raider 2 was Venice, the one where you had to like try and work out and go like along because there was this like one bit where if you jumped at the wrong part, you had to start all over again.
Yeah.
I remember that. But the only thing I didn't like about the first Tomb Raider was because of the end boss. It was the most weirdest alien type monster thing on that platform.
It got weird. Like it went from like quite a normal game to like very supernatural and crazy half monster thing. But I still enjoy it.
I never left the obstacle course, so I'm not.
But I tell you what, though, the strangest game I did go back because I used to have fond memories of this game. But when I look at it now, and again, it sounds dodgy, but it's not. Moonwalker, the Michael Jackson one.
Oh,
where,
yeah.
Where the premises of the game is you've got to go around searching for kids. So we'll leave that to hang there for a little bit. Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
But yes, but that was an entertaining game for the Mega Drive. I don't think they'll be remaking that one or remastering that one anytime soon.
No, I don't think so.
So when it comes to like modern games as well, I know like they were talking about retro, but is there any other modern games that you like to play, Kay, other than the ones that make you shit yourself that I can't play?
I feel like I'm about to have a coughing fit. Oh no. But honestly, I'm a bit of a Call of Duty girl. I do like my shooters. Call of Duty, Overwatch was a huge one for me. Like I was absolutely obsessed with Overwatch. But I used to love Guitar Hero. I'm talking
who didn't?
Expert, Expert, Hyperspeed 3, get it behind the back. Like,
you're one of the people I would hate because, as I said, I've got no rhythm, so I was absolutely shit at this game.
we had the whole kit. We had the 2 guitars, the drum kit. We had the works. We were so bad. Just me and my husband trying to create like this, the mega band.
Oh, it's so good, but now you've got Beat Saber.
Yes,
and like the Oculus stuff. Love Beat Saber.
I remember because when Rock Band was out, like I said, the Bury used to have like a Guitar Hero competition on a certain nights as well. So you used to get like all these big mosher lads and stuff like Metals is trying to do it and Theo, and then a young lass, I think Astrid, used to come in and just smash everyone away, and she's just this like little lass, quiet as a mouse, and she used to blow everyone away on Guitar Hero, so it was always hilarious to watch. But no, I wish I could I wish I had more time to get into gaming these days as well, but I think there's not as a wide variety as there used to be, because I think we were talking about last time when we done talking about horror games. There's not been a big influx. Normally you've got like one game that comes out and you've got to wait so long for it to come out, and then there's always got to update it, and then you've got to buy downloads for it as well. But I'm still going back over The Last of Us as well. That's probably the game I'm still enjoying and probably will enjoy, but I'll never play The Last of Us 2. For reasons.
I do have it. I've just never played it. But you mentioned Call of Duty. I do have a soft spot for Call of Duty, but I do. It's the me and my husband play, because we try to do things together, and we played Call of Duty. Oh God, this is not. It was a zombie one, where we could play together. And oh, bless his heart, did he just absolutely hate me in that moment and did not want to. You could see him gripping the pad because I kept dying. He kept having to carry us. Like, my aim was off. I get really bad motion sickness, so I'm like, everything's moving too fast. So bless him, he did try his hardest. Overwatch was the game that actually proved that my eyes are way too sensitive to fast moving objects. I couldn't play that game without feeling sick. I have glasses to help us now, because it's everything. Anything that moves too fast, I'm like, I don't like that. But Overwatch was the game that was like, that was what fully cemented I can't do fast gaming. I need help, but I do have glasses that slow things down for us.
And not...
A lot of games are very fast paced nowadays, though. That's the thing. Like you said,
Fortnite can fuck off.
Me husband plays Fortnite.
I used to play Fortnite as well.
Yeah, try playing that and getting shot by 7 and 8 year olds laughing at us on the headset. It's like, this is what my life has become. I can't build and shoot at the same time. How do you do it?
I am the worst gamer, though. I am the person who will shout for the husband when I can't do something. or have an absolute meltdown to where controllers get thrown everywhere because I can't do something. I won't just sit and try. I'll just lose my temper or shout for Anth.
Bless. Just going back to like say the Be More Geek aspect as well. I know you, like as you said, you are probably very nerdy girls as well. Has there anything that you've been introduced to since working in the store that you've never had experience to before, or something that you've kind of grown to love through being working in Be More Geek?
That's a good question.
For me, I think I just was into everything. Yeah, I think a lot of customers are very shocked about how much I know. They're like, "How do you know all this?" And I'm like, "Oh, my whole life has just been this." But my friend, because I used to paint Warhammer back in the day, so one of the guys who joined, he started talking about it, and I got back into Warhammer through Be More Geek.
Cool.
There was that.
It's the one thing I don't understand.
Hobby to add.
Oh
I
yes.
just like to paint them.
Yeah.
I just want someone to explain it to us because I just don't understand. Do you play a game with it? I know people do.
It's kind of like D&G, just a different format.
Yeah, so it's like a tabletop game, but I don't play that. I just like the lore and the painting the figures. That's
you would think I would like the lore because I love fantasy, so it would be right up my street. But it's just something I've never gotten into.
Honestly, I recommend them. They're really good.
So we'll get Sammy in the store and we'll just walk around saying buy this because she's very susceptible. When she goes shopping with us, we just get her to buy loads of shit that she doesn't even want. So it's hilarious.
I always ask Charlotte. I'm like, "Oh, Charlotte, I'm into this at the moment," and then within 2 minutes, I have a lot of reference books in front of us, and then I'm just the type of person who go, "Oh, let's get them." I have hundreds of books, and the majority is because Charlotte has recommended them. I will buy anything.
What about you, Kia? Is there anything that you've kind of fallen into or found since you've been working there?
For me, honestly, I was already in anime, but there was a lot of anime that I just kind of brushed off and said, "Oh, I'd never watch it." Demon Slayer being one of them. And when I saw just how well it was doing in the world, but then even in the store, we had so many people coming in constantly asking for Tanjiro and Nezuko, and I was like, "There's got to be something here that I'm missing for it to be this good." And I watched it and fell in love, binged it, I think in like 2 days or something. It was amazing. It was absolutely fantastic. And since then, I've gotten back into anime, so Chainsaw Man's a big one now that I'm really into.
I've seen a few pictures of that. It's the most bizarre thing I've ever seen, but it's intrigued us enough to like I'm actually going to look into that because where they like say there's a man with this chainsaw sticking out from him. It's like, what's going on here?
It's so cool. It's the best.
I can't get away with anime, but my husband is hugely into anime. This is my room, his room's next door, and it's just covered in a lot of very expensive statues. But on a nighttime when we go to sleep, I can't sleep without having anything on in the background, and he will stick his anime shows on. So I fall asleep to Japanese people talking to me. It's lovely. It's really soothing. If you want to fall asleep gently and lovely, anime is your best. Sometimes.
So what
it could be
what you're trying to do is to fall asleep, watch anime. So that's not really a good endorsement, is it? Really?
Well, if you're ready to go to sleep, anime is
surprising. They're very shouty.
Yeah, it's quite aggressive.
It is hilarious sometimes. I do sit and chuckle because obviously I don't see what's going on the screen. I can just hear it. And there's been a couple of times he's been watching something, and I'm like, especially the anime openings are brilliant, hands down. They are just the best openings. And there's been times where there was one where he was watching where it was a little girl and she was a spider, and the opening to it was just absolutely phenomenal that I couldn't stop listening to this. So I made him play it over and over again. So openings I love. I have watched a few animes, like Hellsing's one of my favorites. I absolutely adore Hellsing. And I did start watching Bleach, and then I fell off, and I started watching Elfen League. Am I saying that right? I'm probably butchering that, so I'm really sorry. But yeah, I will watch it if it's to my taste. Like Helsing's like right up my alley. But he watches some of the most obscure. obscure anime.
No, but if you're interested in anime as well, we have got, like I say, a few members in the group, and especially she's kind of like the anime queen. She's called Donna. She basically runs the SunnyCon convention each year in Newcastle. Yeah. So, like I say, we went last year for the first time, and we had our eyes opened of how popular some of their cosplayers. Like I've never seen anything like it. Like the effort and stuff to do. But she's always a good person to get in touch with, or like say, especially like the connections she's got. Like it's hilarious, not to give her secrets away, but she's got the list of like voice actors and stuff where she tries to get in touch with to kind of like get at the convention. So she'll say, "Oh, this person will cost you this much," but I didn't say that. Sorry, Donna.
Right. My screen totally froze when you said.
So did mine, yeah.
I shouldn't be saying this, and then just did you do that on purpose?
Oh, I wish I was that clever. Maybe it's. Don't worry, YouTube hasn't taken us down this week. Like I say, only took us down when we were watching Moonshiners. That was the bad thing. But yes,
took us down when watching Moonshiners. It took us down when we did the Freddy review. It took us down when we were watching Ghostwatch.
Yeah, it doesn't like us watching stuff.
I think YouTube's got an attitude problem.
But didn't have a problem when we watched Most Haunted. That was the thing.
Yeah, it allowed us to watch Most Haunted from start to finish. But not Ghostwatch because it's with the BBC. That's why.
Yeah.
But just a question, and again, I'm trying to think of the best way I can say this as well. With you being like say females working in the nerdy like industry and nerdy shop, have you ever had any like shit for it? Like people talking you down because
you've not.
Mm-hmm.
Not recently, but like I've been in the gaming industry originally since the like mid noughties, and it was quite bad. Like people would like wait for the guy to serve, and they would just skip me.
Oh.
Even though I knew the most, they would always go. It's somebody because they would go, "Oh, you need to ask her," and I'd just be like, dead smug, like, "Oh, see." I'd have people ask me a question and then ask the guy the same question because they didn't believe it.
That's horrible, but because I know,
like, horrific.
Because I know with
it's awful.
Yeah, because I know with like say that. Trying to think of the word. It's always got that impression that it's a male oriented to be a nerd or to be a geek. Like it's always like the females are always kind of looked down. Because I know when Sam had her first experience in a comic book shop, and that kind of like started off when we did the Nerdy Up North stuff. She wrote an article, just basically saying how it was and how she was treated by the members of staff, not just the people, because she was a girl in the comic book shop. So I was just wondering if like say with you's been working like quite in the industry, if it's changed since everything now, because like women in nerd culture is more prevalent and on the forefront the way it should be, and it's just wondering what your experience is, because I can never really say what my experience is with us not being female. So I thought I'd ask the question just to see your experiences from that.
I mean, I've experienced it a lot less nowadays. I can say that much. The job that I was in before Be More Geek, it was far more prevalent there. It was quite similar to the story you were telling yourself earlier, actually. We had a thing where people could come in and challenge the staff to like the staff's best games. Mine was Guitar Hero. And these two guys had come in and were like, she'll be terrible, she's a girl, like she can't play Guitar Hero.
Yeah.
So, you know,
I can feel the rage in me just building up. I hate stuff like this. With me, my name is Sam, and I can get away with being whoever I want to be without a profile picture. Nobody can tell. And I used to work for two internet websites who wrote comic book reviews and movie reviews, and I worked for Nerdfeed and Comic Book Underground. So I was just Sam. Well, I wasn't Sam Bryce at the time. I was Sam Wetherell, but nobody knew if I was male or female, and it worked because nobody questioned us at all when I was writing. And it wasn't until I went to Forbidden Planet in Newcastle and got absolutely accosted by the members of the public while I was sitting picking out my weekly picks. And I had a list. And I was like, and in my head, I'm screaming, I fucking work for a comic-based website. How dare you question me? I did not say that out loud. I really was taken back. I couldn't believe. I went into utter shock that I was being... They were just talking about this behind me, like literally standing behind me back while they were doing it. It was horrific. So my rage builds right up when I hear stuff like this. I hate it.
Mm-hmm. It's absolutely horrific. It only really happened once while I was at BMO Geek, and it was very early, like when the store had first opened. Yeah. And it wasn't even that bad, but it was similar to what Gwyn was saying, where customers had come in and they were talking about, it was horror. They were talking about horror. And myself and the assistant manager at the time, we were stood behind the counters, and these guys had like just completely walked past me and went straight to him, and they started quizzing him and saying, oh, do you know this? Do you know that? And he turned around to them, and he loved horror too. And he was like, honestly, the better person to ask is Kay. She knows more about this than I do. And the guys just kind of looked over and went, and then continued talking to him and asked him the same questions. And he kept saying, no, I don't know, ask Kay. So at one point he brought me into the conversation and just said, Kay, do you know the answer? And I went, oh yeah, it's XYZ. And these guys just kind of stood there and went, I don't think that's right. And then left.
Wow. Do you know what? I would have gotten such an attitude. I would love to think that I would just turn around and say, Google's free. Go and fuck off.
You can't do that in a professional standing though, but that's
you can't. I do work in customer service, so I do understand that, but in my head, that's what I'm screaming. Like, it enrages us. I can feel how hot I'm getting, like how angry I'm getting at the fact that like this still, like it still happens. Yeah. Because my experience was 2014 when Gamergate hadn't even started yet.
But I am a little bit happy to hear that it doesn't happen. It hasn't happened that much, or doesn't happen as much. Yes. The only thing that did worry me when, like I said, BMO Geek opened in Sunderland. I'm from Sunderland. I love Sunderland, but it is a little bit backward at times. I'll be completely honest.
We'll just call a spade, shall we?
Like I say, with the type of people that does go in, and it's great seeing all these different things, like opening with like say Geek Retreat opened in Sunderland and it's still open, but for years we were getting things opening and like lasting say 6 months and closed. We've not had it even, like I remember when a comic book shop opened above Geekies, that only lasted like a few months, and
that's so sad.
It still makes us sad that I have to go to Newcastle to get me comics and go through. I can't get them in Sunderland, but I've noticed myself, like I think a few people have mentioned that the Northeast is becoming a bit of a hive when it comes to like nerd culture or nerd things. Just like say starting up Nerdy Up North ourselves, we thought we'd probably get 100 to 200 people joined.
We'll get our mates. Yeah. Our mates will join at least. Yeah. We'll have our friends here.
And that's still growing every day, and it's scary to think. And people are finding us from America as well, and changing the way I thought as well, because before it was kind of like I was very single-minded, treat everyone the same, and you can't really do that anymore. Like I said, there's different personalities, different people, different like all different type of like spectrums that people are on. But just this like the Northeast as well, it's great to see that things and seeing like it strive as well, because I don't think I've ever been in the Sunderland store where it's been dead. It's always got people in, and it's always interesting to see, because as you said, I'm not the most sociable or like say outgoing people, so I kind of like drift around the store, but it's like the conversations that people have in the store, and from even as I know I made the joke about the backward aspect, but people that come in that probably haven't seen a comic or seen these type of things, and they come to the staff as well to talk about it and say what is this, and they seem to be actually quite open to it. I don't know if you have seen similar things since you've been doing that.
100%. I think like there's a beautiful community that's been cultivated through all of these like geeky and nerdy things, and you don't mean to profile people, but we all do it. And you get people coming in and you think, oh, they're probably not going to be interested in what we're selling, but they're actually the super fans that come in and they know everything and they just want to chat to you about all of their favorite interests. And honestly, it's wonderful. And especially for me, the little kids that come in and they're like, I love horror. And I'm like, yeah.
It is scary how many children love horror. My best friend's an artist, and we do the convention. I do the conventions with her. And the first time she put Chucky up, no, not Chucky, It, her portrait of It, which sits somewhere in my house. but she put a print up of that, and it was children buying it. Wasn't adults. It was she sold out. Children love horror. I think it's lovely. I live in Hortonley Spring, so I am right next to the galleries. I say right next to, I'm about a 10-minute drive away, but I'm right next to the galleries. I was actually in the Be More Geek store today. But that's the shocker. Sunderland, I can get, because for me, Sunderland's think it's a big town, but the galleries, I've been going there since the 80s, and the front part of it hasn't actually changed. But to see a shop like Be More Geek in there is so breathtaking. When I come out to get my eyebrows done and the first thing I see is that shop, I'm like, oh my gosh, I love that that's there.
I was going to make a joke about your eyebrows, but I thought, no,
please
don't. Not tonight.
I've just had them done.
But yeah,
fantastic.
But yeah, because I know you probably can't give away too much, but like I know Kay said there's plans going ahead and stuff for new things like talking about conventions. So is there any way of like expansions as well with Be More Geek moving on, not just from the northeast or going anywhere further down? I was going to say,
could you see it? Yeah, could you see it moving into southern territory?
I think that's the dream. Maybe not southern, but I think it's the dream to kind of maybe slowly just edge our way down. But just have to hope that goes that way at some point.
Because you can think
it's not impossible, but it's obviously quite a big thing. So.
Yeah, because you can think like in cities like, for example, like Leeds and Manchester, it would just rocket. Especially like I know they've got the different like versions of like Forbidden Planet, because we've got the Newcastle ones, the online store, so the stuff's always like behind, where the Middlesbrough ones got like different type of aspect. But it'll be interesting to see you growing, and it's great to support you as well, because like I said, that's when I was probably one of the first people that came in when I noticed the store opening. And I think
I was one of the first.
Because it's Andy who it's Andy who started, wasn't it? The guy who's on the videos and stuff does a talking, is it? Is his name Andy?
James is the one who started it, yeah.
Because I remember messaging him because I bought loads of Ghostbuster stuff off him, so I went in the store and seeing it all, because I was too cheap to pay for delivery, I think at that time. But no, it's great to see. So just questions now. So I'm going to ask the hard questions for you.
Oh no.
Oh yes.
So I'll do the first one, because I did warn you. So what is your top 5 favorite movies then?
Of all time.
All time.
Yeah.
Like I said, I've already locked this down. It's something I've thought about before. I discussed it with James, and we actually have the same favorite movie.
Right.
Being the owner, which is weird. I'll go 5 first.
Cool.
Number 5 is The Matrix.
The Matrix, all right.
Wow.
Okay.
Very good.
Cool.
Number 4 is the Terminator 2.
Terminator 2.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
I'm trying. My brain can't going backwards is really hard. Number 3 is Alien.
Mm-hmm.
The original one.
Cool.
Number
the horror
2
in space.
is the horror one, because it's got the horror sci-fi vibe. Number 2 is Blade Runner.
Mm-hmm. Oh yes.
Nice.
Just weirdly, number 1 is nothing like the movies that I like. It's Lost in Translation.
Right, Bill Murray.
Wow.
Yes. So why them top 5 then? Because I'm always interested in the stories. Is it a nostalgia thing, or is there a reason why them 5?
I think with going number 5, The Matrix, that just blew me away I still remember watching it for the first time. First time I put it on, my friend was watching it with us, and she was just not getting it. So I'm going to turn this off, and I'm going to watch this when you're not talking, because I knew I was going to love this. So, I just think it was something. I know it kind of copied off another movie that was out around the same time. I can't remember what the name of it was.
Who cares? We can't remember the name.
But yeah,
I think Existential was a little bit the same. Yeah.
But anyway, it just blew my mind. I loved it. Terminator 2 was nostalgia for me. I don't know, there's just something about it. I just remember watching it as a kid.
It's magical.
It's just, I just never get sick of watching it. I just absolutely love it.
No. Can't believe you didn't say The Goonies, or The Goonies is the best film I've ever made.
Oh my God.
It's in one of my movies are basically 80s ones, the rest of them, but it's definitely top. It's in there. It's in my top 20. So let's say there. So Alien, again, that's one that I just loved, because I was quite a tomboy when I was younger, so seeing Ripley was just,
Yeah.
I don't know, I just thought it was amazing to see like a strong female lead.
And
She was
and
probably
the
my
worst thing is
strong.
nobody listens to her. That's the thing. The film would have been over and done if they just listened to
I know.
her. Yeah.
I know.
It's called movie magic. We've
Exactly.
got to go through it.
So yeah, I think I really got that's why I got drawn to that movie. Blade Runner, I love the music and the atmosphere. There was just something about it that the serotonin from that movie.
So the question for Blade Runner though, which version?
Oh god, yeah.
Because I'm probably
more than one.
There's about 7
They
cuts.
keep re-releasing different ones, and it's like I can't even know what I'm up to now.
Because I'm the awkward one. I prefer the one with the voiceover.
Yeah.
Because not everyone says it dumbs it down a bit, but I think it gives like the proper noir vibe, and I do like the voiceover. I think that was the TV release.
Mm-hmm. No, I think I've not really. If I'm honest, all the versions I've watched, I just love them.
I know it's always a hard one to do, but I always laugh when people say Blade Runner because I'd say, okay, which version of it?
Yeah, it's the director's cut one I always watch.
Yes.
It's just the normal standard one. That's pretty much the one I rewatch over and over again. The
best.
And Lost in Translation, I'm just obsessed with Japan and Bill Murray, so it's kind of like I like how nothing really happens in it. I think it's just a nice turn your head off, and I love, like I say, I've been to Japan and I went to visit a few places that the filming was done there, so it's just I love it. Special place.
Yeah, I love Bill Murray, but Lost in Translations, as you said, it's a film that nothing happens, but it takes you on that journey. Like you could see yourself being that Bill Murray character as well in that type of situation. But no, I like that one. Good top 5, so well done.
Brilliant.
So,
thank you. Did I pass?
Come on, then, Kane.
Everyone passes. No one gets judged.
Okay.
That's the thing. Now we're going to judge Kay now.
That's fair. Because I'm going to tell you now, my top 5, they're all horror films.
Cool.
Excellent.
Didn't expect it. Yeah.
I'm sorry. I wrote them down in my Shining notebook. I spent some time.
I need that notebook.
It's beautiful, isn't it?
It is gorgeous.
Do they sell it in BMO Cake?
Yes.
We could do. Okay. So I'm not confident on what I've put in 5th place. So I'll start with that. So
cool.
Okay.
But we'll go for it. So I'll do what Gwen did. We'll go backwards. 5th, I've got Gerald's Game.
Oh.
4th, I have Saw 3.
Right.
Oh, I am with you.
3rd, we've got The Babadook.
The most terrifying and annoying movie ever.
No, it's one of the most beautiful movies ever, in a way.
I agree. 2nd, I have Candyman, but the 2021 version.
Oh my god.
Okay, we'll have a conversation about that in a bit.
Oh my god, yes. What's your number 1?
Number 1, I'm sorry, Paul. It's Terrifier 2.
Shut up.
I wear my shirt and everything, man.
Cool. So, similar question that we asked Gwyneth. Why are them your top 5 then?
Okay, I've wrote down the reasons and everything.
See, professional.
You are so prepared.
So, for Gerald's Game, I do like a good psychological horror. And for me, with that one specifically, it's the confrontation of trauma and the witnessing the spiral and like the descent process, and also just the degloving with the handcuffs. I really like that scene. I like gore.
Yeah, I actually watched it at work. Well, when I was working, and I said to myself, she has to get out of this somehow. And regardless of how that happens, I am going to watch. My toes were curling because I am a big baby when it comes to gore. Like I'll watch, but I'm wincing and pulling away at the same time. That movie was beautiful. Absolutely
good, isn't it?
Gorgeous to watch.
Was it a Netflix movie as well? I
feel like it was as part, like Stephen King have like a Netflix thing, because there was that and there was something else that came out.
Who doesn't have a Netflix thing at the moment?
That's true. Adam Sandler can get one.
Hey, we'll not be dissing Sandler.
I'm only funny.
So
what was the other ones?
So number 4 was Saw 3.
So why 3?
Okay. Why? Okay. Yeah, why 3?
Oh, that sounds You sound disappointed.
No, disappointed. No, disappointment.
Absolutely no.
Because Saw 1 changed the game. Saw 1, when Saw 1 came out, that changed everything for a lot of different things.
Absolutely.
But Saw 3 is...
I have literally, as of today, just finished the whole franchise from start to finish. And I gotta say, like, Saw 1, absolutely revolutionary, changed everything. But Jigsaw, for me, was... perfection. If that's how they do in the Saw franchise from now on, I'm fucking in. And then I appreciate Spiral more, because I watched it the first time and I was like, oh, okay, that's different. But watching Jigsaw, then watching that's how I want the Saw franchise to go down. But yeah, why Saw 3?
Basically, obviously the Saw franchise as a whole is all about those moral dilemmas. But Saw 3 played a big part in my research.
Right.
Because I was looking at how gamified narrative gives a heightened sense of interactivity for audience members. So for me, it's that the gamified narrative in that one, plus the moral dilemma, and then the fact that you get that ending where you feel like it's gone right for once.
Yeah.
Like all is resolved. He's gotten to his wife in time, but then through his anger at John Kramer, he messes it all up. Everyone dies. Yeah. And it's that beautiful display. I just love it.
And they're bringing John Kramer back next for the next one, aren't they?
Saw 10, yes. So it's focusing on his backstory before he became Jigsaw, I believe.
Yeah. And that was such the interesting part of Jigsaw, was the fact that he was there, but not really there. Like, I love that film so much. The more I've thought about it, the more I'm like, I am so on board for this. That's such a good choice.
Just to throw out a pitch now as well, just because like I'm intrigued with, like, as what Kay said, with like the interactability. If they were going to do another Saw, I thought another one would be quite interesting, because you know how Netflix now has been doing like with the Black Books, the interaction, you can choose the narrative or the decisions.
Yes.
Imagine doing that with the Saw films, where you can choose.
Oh, you'd get some fucked up ideas going on, wouldn't you?
What's currently running in London, I went and did it, is the Saw Experience.
Right.
What?
It is fantastic. If you can do it, 100% go and do it. It's amazing. Without spoiling anything, in case anyone does decide to do it. It's essentially set up so that you are completing some of the trials.
Too real.
I got in the bathtub. No, it's great because you go in, you get put in with randomers as well, so it's that sense of shared sense of.
So you don't have you don't have any like emotional entanglements, or I'll kill this bastard, I don't care.
I'm okay for you to die.
I can make the choice near you. That's fine.
I'm not clever. I prove that every time I play a puzzle game. Anything with a puzzle, I struggle. So I'm dying straight away.
So cool.
I promise, it's not that difficult as such. But the end part, they brought out an animatronic Billy the Puppet.
Right.
And they also got Tobin Bell involved in the experience, so you actually get a real life video from like John Kramer, and it was amazing.
Cool.
Oh my god, that was one of my most surrealist moments at For the Love of Horror, was just sitting eating chips and Tobin Bell walked past us with Bill Moseley. I am sitting there on a table eating chips, and two of my favouriteest people walk past us, and I'm like, hello. Okay.
So it was after Saw 3 then. What was it again?
Yes, sorry.
That's all right, don't
number
apologise.
3, it was The Babadook.
Yes.
For this one, it's the use of sound in the film. I know it sounds silly, but
it doesn't.
Sound is a huge thing in horror. And I think we get so used to just boring sort of, it'll go quiet and then suddenly there's a loud noise and it's a big jump scare. But The Babadook, I really like how it plays with sound. There's a scene in particular where the mother thinks she's ripped the book up, she's burnt it, and she's gotten rid of it. And then the book appears on her doorstep again. And it's the sound in that scene. I think they've just, it's just perfection. Chef's kiss. Love it.
Like I said, I think horror does it better than most movies when it comes to sound. I know the original Texas Chainsaw Massacre, everyone thinks it is like this bloody mess, but you don't actually see anything. It's just not. Constant screaming throughout, and that's the thing that gets you the intensity up, and you don't actually see. I don't think there's that much blood.
There's not 1 inch. There's not 1 inch blood in that movie at all. You don't see any of it. It's all sound related. But horror does rely a lot on sound to negotiate, like to navigate where it wants you to go, as in how scared it wants to get you, how relaxed it wants to get you, or pull you into like a false sense of security. With the Babadook, though, I've never wanted to kill a child more than I've wanted to kill that one. It's a good job I'm not a parent. But the what got me and what was really striking was the description of mourning, of grief.
Yes. That was my other reason. Yeah.
It is one of the most beautiful ways to describe to portray it on screen, because everyone's obviously going to go through it differently, but that there is some things that you can take from it that you would do in the grief process. I've found it absolutely breathtaking.
No, I really enjoyed it. The only thing that like took me off it a little bit was I kept on getting Mighty Boosh references when I was watching it, because the Babadook looked like old Greg a lot, so it was kind of
it's not old Greg, it's the polo guy. It's oh God, what's he called? It's the Cockney geezer with a polo eye. That's who it is.
Possibly,
old Greg's like the guy in the sea.
But like that was the only thing I was expecting to see Noel Fielding jump out at any time and stuff. Or being the goth from the IT crowd. But but no, I say it's one of them films that I do enjoy and I can watch, but it just, like I say, it's an annoying factor as well. I think it irritates you all the way throughout, just because of the, as you said, the sounds and the noises and the kid in the car.
And the kid.
Why can't you be normal?
Yes.
I'd have booted him out the car.
Oh God, I'm having flashbacks of being a kid now. So yeah, why didn't people just shout me like that? Yeah, sorry. Digressing there.
And what was your...
Number 2 was Candyman 2021.
Yes. So
yes.
Why the newer version?
Okay, so I like Candyman. Like Candyman, fantastic. I love everything about it. But Jordan Peele just does it for me. I absolutely adore Jordan Peele's films. It's the cinematography, the soundtrack, and for me, it was the shift in perspective of the classic Candyman narrative to address social and political issues in the 21st century. I just thought it was it was very profound. The experience that I had with it.
I watched it. Oh, sorry, go on.
That's fine. I didn't have a problem with the film. I enjoyed the film. It was on the state, like, because recently, and again, I'm going to get into a bit of a rant here. Recently, when it comes to movie trailers, they show us everything more. Like the spoiled Spider-Man No Way Home, to the degree where you knew exactly what was going to happen. And Candyman fell into the kind of trap because everything that was in the trailer, you kind of knew what was going to happen, or the relatives. There was no big reveals, and as I said, the social aspect, like I think it was like to coincide with like the Black Lives Matter movement as well. That was quite powerful in its sense, and so I did enjoy the movie, but I probably would have enjoyed it more if I hadn't seen the trailers.
That's the problem with this day and age. They just show far too much. I watched this couple of years ago. And I watched it by myself, and I think I was staying at my mum and dad's at the time. And I watched it, and I'm thinking, I'm liking this because it's Jordan Peele. I love Jordan Peele. The only one that I didn't quite get was Us, and that's probably because I don't understand it.
I really loved Us.
There was so many. Get Out is an absolute masterpiece, but Us confused the life out of us. Like I said, I'm a very simple person, so that did confuse us, but I was enjoying it because I love Jordan Peele. It wasn't until the end when I rang Anth and I was going through the whole film with him, I was like, holy shit, I fucking love this film. Like, this was absolutely amazing. All because I just sat and hashed it all out. The ending I thought was brilliant. Like, I actually went, oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Well, it's a brave choice to put it up against the original, because the original
it very much is.
It's a horror classic. But like talking about Jordan Peele, I would be amiss not to mention Nope. That film blew my mind.
Wow.
How good that film was.
I haven't seen that one yet.
Honestly, Gwyneth, it is we watched it on New Year's Eve, and it was just so much fun. It's so great.
The only thing I can say about Up, you'll spend the whole film thinking about, why have I just watched what happens at the beginning till you get the end and the realization, and it's just brilliant.
Interesting. Did you ever watch the you did an episode for The Outer Limits or something like that? Remember that TV show they brought back?
It done.
I forgot what it was called.
Oh, the Twilight Zone.
What was it called? The Twilight Zone.
Yes.
Yeah.
I watched
Did you watch that episode?
I watched the first season of the Twilight Zone, and I really enjoyed it. But I didn't catch up with the second season. By the time I was going to do it, it got cancelled.
Oh, they
He did a good
cancelled
episode.
it.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
I used to watch the original at my grandparents. There's one thing that's like a memory that keeps coming back of an episode was, I don't know what happened through the story, but at the end, the little girl lied so much that when she sneezed, her nose came off and it fell into a tissue and it just was dust. And I was like, oh my God, that's horrific. But that's the only thing I can remember. I know I watched it, but that's the only like memory I have of the Twilight Zone was a little girl chucking that nose into a tissue.
Yes, no, I did enjoy the Jordan Peele Twilight Zone episodes. There was one where it was a comedian thing. The guy who Out of the Eternals was in it. I thought that was like a really well done, like say where he wasn't funny, then he suddenly become funny, and it's quite.
I like the one. It was about a kid trying to get to high school and like kind of the struggle. I love that.
Definitely, and
I just like the way he plays with everything.
Oh, I think it's with him being a comedian as well. It's like all about the timing and different, because horror and comedy like have similar beats, and it's all about getting the time right.
You've got to be careful though.
No, like I say, I think it works well. But so come on, Kia, let's get to it.
Let's do it.
Why is the Terrifier, not the Terrifier 1, which I can understand, the Terrifier 2 your number one pick? And I won't judge you, I promise you.
It's literally just because of how gratuitously graphic the portrayal of gore is.
Yeah.
I think that sequence where Art, he's got this girl upstairs, he chases her up the stairs and she's in the bedroom, she's screaming, and it's just the gore that just keeps going. It never ends. And when you think he's done, he comes back with bleach and he makes it worse. And it just goes on and on and on and on. But also, it was because I watched it just before we went to For the Love of Horror.
And you met him.
David Howard Thornton was there. Yeah, and I met him, and he was lovely. He's the sweetest guy.
I've heard he's like the nicest person ever.
He was so cute. Like I walked in, I was like yourself. I was very shy and very anxious. I don't know if I talk to him. Do I address him? Dave, Art?
Yeah.
I don't know.
I don't know how to say hi. That's my problem. I can't. I don't know how. Hey, hi, hello, how you doing? Like, I don't know where that starts. So that's my problem.
Though, I think that's the start of any conversation. Like, look how we start podcasts. It is always awkward when we start the podcast with it's like, introduce yourself. Hi, how are you doing? then when you get used to it and into the conversation, it becomes a little bit more free flowing and easy. But I think that's just everyday life. But seeing someone that you kind of idolize, I'm always...
Yeah, that's the issue, is the idolization. Like, I don't want... You don't need to see how weird I am. But we can just, we're only going to have a very short interaction. We don't need to go down that route.
But I'm the opposite.
That's what running through my head.
I'm not worried about them being upset about me, because they'll never think about me again. But it's if you meet someone that you really love and they turn out to be the biggest dick in the world, that would be the scariest thing. Because I know Corey Feldman's going to be at the, I think, Liverpool or Wales this year, and I am one of the biggest.
He wasn't allowed to do them anymore.
I am one of the biggest Goonies fans as well, so I would love to meet him, but I'm terrified that because it depends on what type of day he's having. That if you hear about anything that he said online, if he's in a good day, it would probably be the best experience of my life. But if he's having a bad day, he might ruin the Goonies, and I couldn't live with myself if I couldn't watch the Goonies again.
my best friend had her heart broken by one of the biggest 80s stars of all time. And she's devastated by it. I'm not going to say names just in case, but yeah, she didn't have a good experience with that. But I've heard Art, the guy who plays Art, he's like a breath of fresh air. But he's like proper willing to like get down with like whatever photo shoot you want to do for his pictures and that. I love that.
Yeah.
You know what would be scary?
I did find that.
Sorry.
Oh, come on.
No, that's fine.
I was just going to say, I've been to a lot of conventions, and I feel like the horror actors are the nicest people.
Yeah.
There's a lot of like stigmatism between horror fans, I feel, but when I go to the horror conventions, it's the nicest people. Like it's so weird.
I've never had an interaction, and I haven't had many, but I've like watching Kane Hodder. Watching Kane Hodder with his fans is something to mesmerize over, because that man has all the time in the world for everybody. But my favorite was meeting Tim Capello. That man is just an absolute legend. So oh, he was lovely. He asked us how we were doing. Did we travel down safely? Are you going to be okay traveling back? Like, and his wife was he was just lovely. I just love him so much. And I didn't even get anything signed. I wasn't there for I was standing with Carolyn's brother, and he wasn't bothered. He was just so nice. Go and meet him. He's great.
So we've got the Terrifier franchise now. So, because I know the number 2 has been a big success, and we're going to get a number. Don't know how many more they'll do.
I think they will.
Do you
3 is in the works.
Yeah. Do you hope they keep the budget low down? Because I think that's part of the charm for the Terrifiers is how low budget and how shite fantastic some of the effects is. But if they start doing it with like a bigger budget, would it lose that type of feel or like energy type thing?
I think for me, it's more so when they get a bigger budget, that's oftentimes connected to the film being taken over by
the studio
company or the studio, and then they lose a lot of what they can put out on the screen. Obviously, Damien Leone creating his own prosthetics and special effects, he can just kind of do what he wants. So my only worry would be that obviously if it was taken up by another studio or something like that, then maybe we'd lose some of the beauty that Terrifier has to it. So
I always thought it was, when I first saw the first one, I was like, my God, this is so indie. I actually really love it. The scene in the calf was given us, and I don't know why, Cradle of Filth's horror. What was it called? Oh gosh.
Pass.
What? Oh, Cradle of Filth did a horror movie with Emily Booth, and it is absolutely horrific in more ways than one. But it just was totally giving me them vibes while I was watching the calf scene, but just because of how indie it felt. And then when I saw the trailer for the second one, I was like, oh, that looks a bit more shiny.
Yeah, it's still the same effects and aspects to just like a bigger budget. But I think you're right when you're saying if like a studio start trying to get involved and tailor it for certain things, it would lose that element. I always cater to towards the Red Dwarf effect. When Red Dwarf had no money and like using like the worst type of effects, which was the best, where they just found things lying around and used it. Then when it start getting money and you start using CGI and start like say other cast members leaving and changing
and bringing a Kachansky who's just shite.
Well, not call her shite. It wasn't her fault. She was just never going to be Chris Barry. That was the problem.
I just did not like her. It was Cradle of Fear.
Right.
The Cradle of Filth horror movie was called Cradle of Fear. Honestly, it's worth the watch just for how bad it is.
Yeah, I think I remember that one.
It's terrible.
So I know you probably can't give too much away, but is there anything that we should watch out for or look forward to? We're coming the way from Be More Geek. Any like say new lines that you're thinking about getting in or anything?
Well, me and Andy just went to the Spring Fair to look at some new stuff.
Oh.
So yeah, he's going to be taking over buying a bit more. So we have lots of hopefully some fresh new stock coming in stores soon. So it's been very exciting to see like that horror, like even like little anime, South Park type stuff as well. That's been doing well recently. So yeah, we're very excited for some watch this space. It's going to be slowly coming in towards ready for Easter, I think.
Cool.
So just a bit of a revamp.
Definitely. And I know you said at the roundabout the start as well that you're, like say, a Loungefly fan as well. I know there's a lot of Loungefly fans in the group. I think Laura, who's part of the group, has 16 Loungefly packs.
She was like, I don't have as many as you think. I've only got 16. I'm like, I've got 2.
Because I know, if my memory serves us correctly, did you go to a special Loungefly shop opening or event? this year?
I went to, it was in London. It was just like a pop-up shop, but we got to go to like an influencer event and just get to see again all the new stuff coming out. And free alcohol, which is good. And
did that help you buy a few things as well? Did it?
Well, it was nice because all the rooms were like set out like there was a carnival themed room and then like a foresty type room, and it was beautifully done. But yeah, there's lots of cool new lounge coming out as well. So hopefully they'll be getting some of them in soon.
Oh, thank you. There'll be a few people getting few people will be wallets and purses will be getting a bit shorter there as well.
Dangerous for me.
Yes, but no. I know a few of us are actually meeting up tomorrow, so if you're working in Sunderland tomorrow, you might see a few nerds coming in the store tomorrow.
Oh, sorry, Kay.
We'll try and keep Goodwill on his best behaviour, I promise.
We'll just kidnap you, Kay. No one will say anything against the group that's going to be there, so we'll just kidnap you and take you away. We could have eaten AFK, so
that doesn't sound creepy at all, though. Like, say we're going to go in the store and
hang on a
kidnap
minute. The amount of times that you've talked about how many times you've been in the store, and me.
Yeah, but I've never threatened to kidnap anyone, so
it's just for an afternoon of fun.
Yeah.
A first time for everything.
Yes.
See, she's up for it.
All right. Well, it's not kidnap if you've got consent. That's fine.
Exactly.
Certainly, but thank you guys for coming. I don't know if there's anything that you guys want to like promote or anything you want to say before we do wrap up.
No, I think it's just like you say, if you don't follow our social media, please do. Like you say, it's very interesting.
Yes.
We're going to be doing some.
I love it. I'm not going to lie.
Yeah, TikTok, Facebook, Instagram.
No,
he's kind of the face of it at the moment. So
yes, no, I love watching like say the Instagram videos because you see people from different stores and you always tell the level of how comfortable they are as well on the videos as well. The people who like quite outgoing and friendly, and then you say people say they look quite shy, but they're coming out the shells a little bit as well as they go on. But it's great that you just what you're doing, and thank you for letting us like be kind of a little part of it because I know we just like a little podcast, little thing, but we do love the stores, and like I say, kind of like I say, it's nice to have that nerd culture back in the Northeast that we like say maybe being 40-year-old now. If it was 15, I probably like say my room would be a lot worse than this. My house would have been.
Honestly, if I had my money that I had in my early 20s and Be More Geek was around, I'd just be as broke as I was back then.
Certainly. And I know,
but I'd be spending it on stuff as opposed to nights out.
No, definitely. And it's nice as well that you do support like the stuff we do as well.
Yeah,
I know most of the staff are actually part of the group as well. It's nice to see them pop up, and anytime there's like a decent offer as well, I always share with the group. So like say, feel free to do it yourselves as well. Like I say, I know that's there, and if we can help you at any point, I know you probably don't need the help, but it's always there for
use the page.
But yes,
massively appreciated.
No problem.
Oh, it's been absolutely lovely having you on. Thank you.
Cool. So
thank you for having us.
Nice. Yeah. So coming up, I know we've got a busy few days ahead of us. So we've got your Patreon stuff I've got to put together for the Game of Thrones. What's that about this time?
Game of Thrones versus House of the Dragon.
Right. Okay.
Comparison between the two. It was a very interesting conversation.
Cool. We've got Goodwill and Graham. If you've not seen Graham on Star Trek, but if you've never seen an episode of Graham, you've never seen anything. Graham is an interesting character. He's a drag queen.
He is absolutely fantastic person. He was one of the skeptics who was on the Ghost Stories, and listen to a skeptic just ask questions. Was just but not taking the piss.
Yeah.
Like, he was just genuinely interested. Graham is such, he's just an overall great person. Lovely guy.
And then Sunday is going to be a nightmare episode for us because we're doing top 5 favourite songs. I don't know if you guys want to try that now.
I've never wanted to cry so much over a top 5 list in my entire life. Yeah. I've had to break it down into categories, and I never do this, ever. But I've had no choice. It's too hard.
Yes. And that's what she said, but yeah. But yes, and then we have on I think Tuesday we've got some independent wrestlers coming on to talk about a wrestling event that's happening in Newcastle, the Avant-Garde Wrestlers. Me and Jake went to there last year, and it was probably the most entertaining thing I've been to. And like I say, seeing grown men in pants slap themselves about a bit was just one of the hilarious things I've seen. But yes, so that is coming up, and we have a lot of things coming up, and hopefully, like I say, if you have enjoyed yourselves, we'll probably try and grab you to come back on again, not forcing you or kidnapping you, as Sam would probably say, but hopefully by choice. But yes, so anything you want to add there, Sam?
No,
that's fine.
No, everything you've just said is everything I'm doing over the next few weeks. I have nothing more to add.
Right, so same bat time, same bat channel.
Stay nerdy, everyone. Bye.
Bye.